Hey, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy January 2nd, 2023. Hope everybody brought it in with good vibes, positive energy, because that's all we're going to be doing this year. So, you guys remember I told you I was going to start pulling a card. I made these cards all in 2022, and I'm pulling a card. And as I pull the card, I'm going to share a life experience that I have, and hopefully, that life experience is going to be suitable and it's going to reach someone. It doesn't have to reach everybody. This message isn't for everybody. It's just my way of helping individuals who are trying to find a way to get through, and my way of positively uplifting. So the card that I chose today, that fell out today, was refuse to stay in a position you don't feel appreciated. So what that made me think of, maybe I'm just gonna set it right there so you guys can see it. So what that made me think of is how I had to learn to be the love that I was seeking. And again, I'm going to mention these are my life experiences. This isn't necessarily something that I'm going through now. These are things that I have gone through, and I'm hoping to help you um, find a way to navigate so that you can find peace. So I had to learn to love myself. I had to rid myself of the low self-esteem and the lack of confidence and the lack of self-care. Um, I also had a lack of patience with myself. Um, I'm learning, at that time, I was learning to take my time with myself by loving myself first. And with all the damage that I allowed, I didn't have any space to love anybody else. So I learned that it was my responsibility to love myself first by letting go of the toxic love behaviors that I developed. Some days were really lonely and dark, but it was also an opportunity for me to go within in my learning phase. I just need to be still. Be still. You know how in the Bible it says, be still? Be still and trust life. Really embrace that. Embrace that inner peace that you find when you get yourself to a point where you be still. Just pray, meditate, whatever it is that you do to find peace within yourself. So again, I'll mention how I transmute my love and what I do back to myself. I know many people think that that's being selfish, but it isn't. It really isn't. I'm learning to love myself correctly now. As time goes on, I find that every day, as the months go by, that um, maybe one day again I can love someone else, except for in a different perspective of myself. Um, and it's, again, I'm going to say, it's not being selfish. I'm not being selfish. If you're loving yourself, that's what you need to be doing, because usually the people who are trying to bring you down, the bad relationships, the toxic family, whatever, they don't want to see you loving on yourself, and the first thing they're going to say is, oh, you're being selfish. Don't pay them no attention. So I have only begun to find some peace. Well, not really. And keep in mind, these are notes that I'm reading from, because over the past year I was making these notes. So I began to find some peace by turning and looking and overcoming damaged issues with myself. And that began with my thoughts and how I viewed what I thought love should look like. Again, as I've mentioned in previous video, it takes time to correct damage, but I'm now okay with being patient with myself, because it takes a lot of time to fix it. It's not something, even if we want it to happen overnight, even if we want the pain to stop right then and there, it's not going to stop right there. It's a process. You have to be patient with yourself. And part of that process was coming out of that feeling of being stuck because of the constant cycle that I have been putting myself in, with that breakup to makeup crap. Yes, I was stuck in the cycle. It was like I was looping or going in circles, like I wasn't going anywhere. So I broke that cycle, and I'll say it again, I transmuted my love back to myself. And it feels good not to be going constantly in a circle, looping. It's like, for once, I started to see a light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm continuing to move forward in that light. So as I've said in previous videos, and I'll say it again, and I know I have to say this, what I do in order to get a place where I can be the love that I'm seeking. This is what I did. I learned to believe in myself. You guys have heard me say this before. I learned to know my worth. I learned to realize I'm enough in this moment, in this second, right now. That's all that matters, is right now. Learning to journal my thoughts and feelings, learning to be patient with myself, learning that my heartache and pain is just a life lesson. So if this little tidbit helps somebody today, which I hope it is, I always pray before I do these videos, because it doesn't matter to me if it doesn't reach 100 people. If it reaches 1 or 2 people, that's what's most important to me, because there's somebody out there who needs to hear it. And I just want you to be strong. I just want you to keep yourself lifted up, keep yourself in a place where you're loving on you. Please remember, you must love you first before you're going to draw on anything like yourself of what you're looking for in a person. If you're just looking for love without any basis of loving yourself, you're going to continue the cycle. So I hope this helps someone. And again, to help my YouTube algorithm, subscribe to my channel. Please like and subscribe. That would be very grateful. And if this message resonated with you, give me a thumbs up. Give me a heart in the comments. Whatever type of support you want to give me in that aspect, I would be grateful. And y'all have a wonderful day. Bye bye.